All right, guys, here's the list of cartridges that I've taken elk with. Okay, 308, 270, 7 mag, 300 Weatherby mag, 338 Win mag, 7mm Ultra. That's it. Okay, so surely I must believe one of these is the best elk cartridge. Well, let's look at this list over here. We got the /6, the 708, 300 Win, 300 Ultra, 338 Ultra, 300 WSM, 270 WSM, 35 Whalen, put 358 Winchester, 7 WSM, 300 or the 7 SAUM, 264 Win Mag, got all the PRCs there, and then look at there, 6.5 Creed, 260 Remington. Wow, look at all that. I know which one's my favorite. All of them. I like them all. It's not about the cartridge, guys. It's about you and the preparation you put into it. It's about making a great choice on a cartridge that fits your hunting style and your capabilities. Yes, there are some bare minimums. You didn't see anything up there below 6.5 diameter. For me, that's a stopping point for elk. Can you kill them with a 257 whatever? Sure can. 243 whatever. Yeah, 6mm. You sure can. People do it. It wouldn't be what I would pick, but more power to them. I like that 6.5 and above, 264 diameter and above, because I really like the idea of 140 grain bullets and above. And here's my recommendation. If you're new to hunting elk, talk to people who've hunted elk and who've harvested elk and who have that experience, okay? They're gonna be able to share real world experience, which is exponentially more valuable than, listening to somebody on a video that's never killed an elk, or, reading an article from somebody who's never killed an elk or whatever. Talk to people who've killed elk. And, the thing about it is, right, is if we're going to say the 6.5 PRC is great for elk with 140 grainers, then we can't rule out, guys, the 260 Remington, 6.5 Creed, 264 Win Mag. They all throw 140 grainers. And sure, the 6.5 Creed, the 260 Remington start them out slower. But all that's going to do is just maybe reduce your effective distance, right? Your ability to carry energy to a certain distance. But you're still delivering that 140 grain bullet just like the bigger 6.5s do. So, 270 with 140s is considered a great elk rifle by many. So if it's okay with 140s, how could we rule out, 140s coming out of a 6.5 diameter bore? They have better sectional density out of the 6.5 bore. So, I think it's great when you see videos about the best elk cartridge ever, or the worst, or whatever. Those are fun. But I really think that everything on this wall is a great choice, depending on you, depending on your hunting style. You'll notice on my list, mostly stuff that can throw heavier bullets. With the 7mm that I used, 160s and 175s are what I used on elk. Actually, oddly enough, the lightest bullets out of all those that I used was 150 grainer in the 300 Weatherby mag. And that was 150 grain AccuBond because it was starting out over 3,500 at the muzzle. So I needed a real heavy duty bullet. And shocking performance on elk from that 150 grain bullet. I can still replay those shots in my mind, and it was devastating. But here's something else about elk, and then I'll quit rambling. I have found them not that hard to kill. Honestly, I think whitetail and mule deer bucks are almost tougher. Any elk that I've hit really square, Doesn't matter what cartridge. They just kind of absorb that shot and they kind of stand there. Maybe trot a few yards. And if they're still standing, I'm still shooting. I haven't had an elk that I've hit square just take off and go hundreds of yards like a deer will. They're wired differently. I guess most of the elk I shoot are calm. They're feeding. They have no idea what's coming, right? They haven't been run. They don't know I'm there or whatever. Maybe that plays into it. I'm sure it does. But hitting them square in the vitals. Last year, this young guy I hunted with, great guy, great marksman, 250, just a little more than 250 yards. Big cow elk, 6'5" Creed, 140 grain federal soft points, the blue box. Center punched her in the vitals. She just stood there, and I knew it was a great hit, and I said, put another one in her. He put another one within just a few inches of that one. She just tipped over. 6'5" Creed, 258, I think it was 258 yards. Just an impressive performance with those cup and core bullets. So yeah, guys, it's fun to go back and forth on it, but and of course I'm not all complete here on this list, right? My whole point was that's just it. There's so many more I didn't list here, right? We could go on and on of great elk cartridges. All right, we'll catch up soon, guys. Take care.